Krista Bowman Ruth, and I'm so excited to be a part of the Mom's View today. So I just want to say thank you to the ladies of the Mom's View for having me. It is such an honor to be a part of this Feature Friday, and I cannot wait to tell you all more about me. I am a mom. I have a son named Sebastian James. He is 8 months old, and he is the light of our lives. Ever since becoming his mom, my life has been changed for the better, and I just cannot imagine not being his mom. Every day is something new, and I'm just so excited to see what's in store. I am a wife. My husband's name is Brandon. We have been married for 4 years, and he is just my rock, my best friend, my soulmate, everything that I dreamed of in a husband. And I cannot imagine my life without my husband or my baby boy. 3 months ago, I started a YouTube channel, and you can find me there just by searching my name, Krista Bowman Ruth. And I also am very active on Instagram if you want to talk to me over there. I always answer my DMs. Just give me a day or two, but I usually get back to everyone. I started my YouTube channel 3 months ago, and honestly, it has been one of the best decisions of my life. It has been the best platform for women and soon-to-be moms, future moms, veteran moms, anyone who's looking to connect with other women or learn something about motherhood. I was on YouTube every day watching my favorite mommy vloggers and asking questions, and I know that it really did help me get through some of the hard parts of my motherhood journey, and I am so excited that I can now be a help to other moms out there who are going through or just starting to go through what I've already been through. And I am just really happy that there is a community like the Mom's View who really does just push hard for bringing women and moms together, because we are all in this together. So really quickly, I just want to talk a little bit about my motherhood journey, because it was not an easy one, and I know that that's a topic that's not discussed nearly enough. And I just want to say that infertility can be beaten. Just because it doesn't happen right away does not mean it will never happen. And I know that I personally had to come to terms with that before I got pregnant. About 8 months into us trying for a baby, I was diagnosed with PCOS. And if you look at PCOS, it can honestly be a very scary thing to read about. It is not life-threatening, but it can affect women in horrible ways when it comes to conceiving a child. And there are a lot of physical and internal symptoms and signs that I just did not show, so I did not know that I even had it. But for the women who do show those physical symptoms and signs, it can be a very embarrassing and just tough syndrome to have. PCOS does stand for polycystic ovarian syndrome. So when I found out that I had it, I was shocked, because other than an inconsistent cycle, I did not really fit the bill for someone with PCOS. So it really just was a shock to me. I never thought that I would ever go through issues with conceiving a child, and not that I, thought I was invincible, but just no one ever assumes that something is going to be wrong with them. And I was very humbled by that situation, because I realized that, one minute you think everything is fine, the next minute it's not. With my doctor, I ended up doing 3 rounds of a fertility medication called Clomid. I know a lot of women have done it, and it can cause some interesting side effects. Luckily, I did not really have any issues, but it didn't work. And after the 3rd round with my own doctor and it not working, I was devastated, because she said there was nothing else that she could do for me and that I needed to see a specialist. And I was just in such denial that this was even my life that I put off calling the specialist for about a month. And then I ended up calling but getting put on a wait list for another month, because so many women are going through infertility, and this was just a whole new world that I knew nothing about. And so I went to see the specialist, and my husband was very supportive the entire time. He cooperated with everything they asked him to do, because they want to make sure that it's not just me, but if there's anything that we need to know about my husband as to why we can't conceive, they wanted to get all that tested. And it turned out it was just me, but she said that it looked like I have a relatively mild case, since none of the other symptoms had ever manifested for me, and that she said I could beat this. And after she said that, as well as saying to me and my mom one day, my husband wasn't able to make an appointment, so I brought my mom, and she said, "You will be pregnant by the end of this year." And that was in 2016. And I just remember thinking, wow, that's awesome. Like, she knows what she's talking about. She can get it done. So we continued on with the doctor, and I had high hopes, and slowly that started to dwindle down as the months went on and nothing was happening with me. I had not conceived a baby. The first procedure didn't work, and I just was getting, you know, more and more discouraged. And I remember texting my mom toward the end of 2016 and saying, you know, so much for getting pregnant by the end of the year. I had just kind of given up for 2016 and was hoping that in 2017 everything would change. And one Saturday in December, I had a little symptom that made me think, is this pregnancy? And I raced to CVS and I got like 5 tests and couldn't believe my eyes. It said I was pregnant, and my husband was out of town and I couldn't tell him. So I called my mom and we just screamed on the phone and cried, and I held it to myself until he got home, and I, you know, wrapped him up a little present and told him that he was going to be a father. And it was just the best moment of our lives. And I could not imagine having this sweet little boy at a better time in my life. I think that I needed to go through that in order to learn a lesson and learn more about myself and faith and believing in asking for help from doctors instead of trying to just figure everything out on my own. So I just want to say out there to all of you moms and those dealing with infertility, especially PCOS, because I do understand how that feels firsthand, you are not alone. Having PCOS is not an instant no. It's just, it may take a little while. And if you don't have PCOS but struggled with other areas of infertility, I would love to talk to you. I don't want anyone to ever feel like no one understands that private and sometimes very painful journey of waiting for baby and trying to conceive. I know for me, every time someone said, when are you guys gonna have a baby? And I'd say, oh, you know, soon, we're trying, knowing that I just had another failed round of infertility medication. It was just like a sting or a dagger to my heart, and very few people knew what we were going through. I don't want anyone to ever feel like there is no one who understands. If you cannot find anyone in your community who has the same issues that you do, whether it's other infertility issues or PCOS, just know that you can reach out to me. I try to answer every direct message that comes through my Instagram, and I just want you to know that I am a safe place where you can talk to someone. So that is my journey to motherhood. I am so thankful again to be a part of Feature Friday. Thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to hearing from you mamas soon.